I just bought a Whopperrito. I was reading an article about this today and it kind of piqued my curiosity. So I thought I would pick one up on the way home because I need to run some errands tonight. I don't feel like making dinner. And I haven't had Burger King in a really long time, so I figured let me get one. It's supposed to be a combination of a Whopper and a burrito, and the reviews I read said it was pretty good. Now the price on this was $4.27, and that includes tax. So let's open it up and let's give it a try. So here's what it looks like. I feel like I'm at Taco Bell because it reminds me of a Taco Bell burrito. And let's see how it tastes. The first bite was all tortilla and maybe a tiny bit of like hamburger. I mean, you can see I barely made a dent in the tortilla. Second bite, starting to get some filling. I'm tasting hamburger meat, lettuce, and tomato inside of a tortilla. Right now it's reminding me of pretty much like a Whopper, just without the bun, just in a tortilla. Third bite got me some of the ground beef, lettuce, tomato, pickle, and there seems to be like a little bit of spiciness in the beef, but it definitely tastes like a Whopper. It tastes like a Whopper wrapped in a tortilla. Yeah, it's really just like a Whopper wrap. The articles that I read all raved about some kind of queso sauce or some kind of cheesy sauce. I haven't even reached that yet, or if I did, it's so faint I haven't even really tasted it. I'm still not really getting any sauce, but look, on the bottom there's like grease. Look at all of the grease dripping out of this Whopperrito. Wow. Unless that's the sauce. Is that the sauce? Another bite, and it really just tastes like a Whopper in a tortilla, which is fine with me because I really don't like bread or buns, so I always prefer wraps anyway. Another bite, and I still have yet to be wowed by any sauce on this thing. So now if you look really hard at this filling, like where the pickle and the onion is, you can see a very faint bit of whatever this sauce is supposed to be. I don't know. I'm not really tasting a whole lot of it. Look at this growing pile of grease. It's really pretty gross. So yeah, while I don't think the sauce is very pronounced, I am definitely getting like a spiciness from this. And it's not too hot and spicy. It's just a nice amount of heat. The articles that I read online were all raving about the sauce, saying that it was so good that they wish they could order it and dip fries into it and stuff. Now, I sincerely hope it wasn't this greasy stuff. Is that what they were talking about? Is that the sauce? To me, it just looks like grease. See the top of that tortilla? It almost looks like a Big Mac sauce in there. I'm assuming that's the sauce. Okay, so I've eaten about half of this. I'm gonna eat the other half, and I'll get back to you if anything changes. Okay, so I just finished the Whopperrito. It's really big. Like, I could have done with a smaller Whopperrito. I mean, with a name like Whopperrito, I thought it would mean a small Whopper. Like, if you take Spanish, you put ito on the end of something and it means like small. But it's not small, it's huge. I think it's probably even maybe bigger than a Whopper. I don't know, but I haven't had a Whopper in a really long time, so I couldn't tell you. Basically, it tastes like a spicy Whopper in a tortilla. It tastes like a Whopper wrap, if such a thing existed. The only thing I can't figure out is this sauce. Is this grease, or is this that queso sauce? I mean, normally, like, a queso sauce should be creamy, and this isn't. This looks like grease. So that's my review of the Burger King Whopperrito. Was it good? Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it like a 7. If I do go to fast food, I like to buy stuff off of the dollar menus because they're smaller portions. Like, this was such a huge portion. I'm not eating anything else all night. But the flavor was good. Again, to me, it tastes like a Whopper with some hot sauce on a tortilla. Nothing too crazy, nothing too innovative or mind-blowing. but it was alright. So that's my review of the Whopperrito. Thank you so much for watching the video. If it was helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like me to post more videos. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Visit me at carriehalwell.com. Also, find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, all /Carrie Halwell. This has been a Carrie Halwell production. Thank you for watching. Let me tell you what happened when I pulled up to the drive-thru. So I placed my order, and then I pulled around to this window where you pay, and there was no one online in front of me, so I took out my wallet to pay. And then I saw there was like this old homeless man standing, I don't know, maybe 10 or 20 feet in front of my car, and he was kind of like motioning at me or looking at me, and normally I would just keep my window rolled up and not pay attention and just try to ignore it. You know, having lived in New York City, that's kind of the way you deal with stuff, just for your own safety. So I paid for the Whopperrito and I got my change back, and for some reason I heard like this inner voice or this inner knowing saying, just put 50 cents aside and give the guy 50 cents. So I put 50 cents aside and I pulled up, and he was starting to talk to me as I was pulling up. So I rolled my window down, and he said to me, "Excuse me, but do you have 50 cents?" And I was totally shocked, because what are the chances? I literally just put 50 cents aside to give to the guy, and here he is naming the exact amount. So I said, sure, no problem. So when I went to give it to him, one of the quarters fell on the floor of my car, and I gave him one quarter. I said, oh, I only have a quarter, and he was like so disappointed. I guess he needed 50 cents more just to buy whatever he wanted to buy. So then I dug around on the floor and I grabbed the other quarter and I gave it to him, and he was so happy. So I gave him the 50 cents, and as I pulled away, I looked in my rearview mirror and I watched him walk into Burger King, and then I guess he bought something to eat. But I thought that was a kind of a unusual story. I mean, like, what made me decide, okay, this time I feel safe enough to give this guy some change? And what made me decide, oh, I'll put 50 cents aside? Like, how weird is that he specifically said, excuse me, do you have 50 cents?